Hey, Lloyd Shaw from Vibra-Train here to go through the standard advanced training program. Now we call this hyper climbing because what you're really doing is replicating a lot of climbing poses. So I'll explain this pretty simple. If I ask you to climb a tree and near the top of the tree where it starts getting a little bit unstable, I ask you to maintain a classic climbing position, and then I shook the tree really hard for a minute. This is how you're going to engage your muscles. You're going to loop the eccentric contraction over and over and over again. Now of course it's not just about how fast you shake the tree, it's how hard you're shaking the tree, which is why you need something very big, this is all made of steel, and this machine here produces 1,200 kilograms of force. And they are still, after 15 years, the only machines in the world that can replicate all these hyper climbing positions. Alright, which is, you'll see in a second, the kind of things that you look at other products and you wonder what's missing. A lot of platforms on the market are literally 50% of the product. This is the first time we're showing you all the poses that can be done on a whole vibration training machine, as it does the whole body, not just segmentally parts. Alright? So we're going to stand, basic squat. Push the button, this little medium depth goes on the floor, out we go, feet nice and square, hands there, dropping down to a 110-degree angle. Now you can notice, if I let go of the handlebars, I'm not falling backwards, feet are nice and flat, I'm not going onto my toes. Again, I maintain that position for 1 minute. It's actually replicating a drop jump. So if I dropped off a fridge and landed on the ground, that's how I'd have to land to do it. So it's the kind of reaction we're trying to perform here. Second one, pretty simple, nice, basic, push up, of course advanced. Two ways of doing this. Hand there, no shoulder injuries, slightly in the air, okay, up over the top, right up over the top, stare at your toes, drop halfway down, maintain for the whole minute. Now, if you have wrist or shoulder problems, sometimes this can help. Closing a fist, hand there, up over the top, stare down, drop halfway down. Okay, just uses the joints a little bit differently, can get around some pretty classic problems. So the next pose, pretty simple, wide stance squat. We tap the button, machine starts up in 8 seconds. In the meantime, I put my little toes on the outside edge of this bar, drop down, knees on the outside, keeping my feet nice and flat. Now notice my feet are at a nice 45-degree angle. They're not some weird angle like this or spread out like this or some other location. They're touching the bars, squatting down, knees on the outside. That means I have a perfectly linear line between inside of my thigh and the inside of my knee. So my joints are not being sheared, vibrated, wobbling sideways, okay? They're only getting linear action. Stay there for a minute, up we go. Now, tricep position. We all know the little mini tricep pose, which is this position here, okay? But after a while people outgrow that. So this is the advanced hyper climbing position. So we're literally replicating full body vibration training. I push the button. I climb into position. Grab the handlebars nice and tight. Up on my tippy toes. Elbows out to the side, not backwards. Out to the side. After about 10 seconds, I gauge myself. I'm not too low. I'm not too high. Roundabout here is good. Slowly take one foot back. Slowly take the other foot back. Maintain the position for as long as I can. The moment I start to lose form, I would return my toes to the original location and finish the pose off. It'll take a while for most people to get 4 minutes going on that, okay? How it normally works is you manage to hold the position for about 5 seconds. Next time it's 7 seconds. Then it's 10 seconds. And then you can sometimes get stuck at 20 seconds for a long time. Also, it's okay to put your feet down, have a bit of a rest, and then relaunch back in to the hyper climbing pose for a 10 seconds near the end, just to kind of burst it out. Don't expect to jump up and do 1 minute perfectly the first time round, because this is what it's going to look like to someone else. If you decide to be a smart ass and go, oh, I'm Superman, and I'm going to hold the pose perfectly the whole time, this is what's going to happen. A, you're going to move too fast, and you're going to end up down here somewhere, or up here. Anyone can hold up here. I could probably sit here all day, but not even get me tired. You'll get here, and you'll be all over the place. Okay? And then you'll sit too low, wreck your shoulders. No doing that, okay? You want to keep your form, keep your safety, okay? So the next pose is pretty simple. Nice little abdominal pose. Now a lot of people think they need to kill their abs to get good abs. It's completely wrong. What you're going to do is just make sure you get some work into them. So the best form of working abdominal muscles is actually replicating climbing. Again, if you climb a tree, because you're in an unstable environment the whole time, your abs are getting worked the entire time you're climbing. But think about this, you never get out of the tree and go, oh, my abs are sore. Your arms and legs will be tired, but your abs, don't really think about it. But look at every single climber in the world, and they've got an 8-pack. And you're like, okay, so they don't target their abs, but they have a really good set of abdominal muscles that are obviously highly functional at the same time. Because you can't climb unless your body is actually functional. Doesn't matter how good you look. You get a bodybuilder, ask them to climb a tree, and they can't climb for shit. So you're like, looks good, non-functional. All climbers, not only their bodies look good, they are also highly functional. So, this position here literally replicates me holding onto a branch of a tree, someone shaking the crap out of that tree, and all I am having to do is relax and let my core do the work. Pretty simple. Kneel down, quite far away, throw away. Reach out, put the elbows here, hands nice and tight, like I'm holding on the branch of a tree, and bury their head. Now, funny enough, this is tight, this is loosey-goosey, very relaxed. All they're going to do is stay here for a whole minute. It doesn't seem like much, but it's 2,500 adjustments. That's what you think of, adjustments into my core in 1 minute. 2,500 adjustments. That's why on our standard program we only have one of those. A lot of people overwork their core. Now this is something a lot of people don't really understand about abdominal muscles. Everyone wants a nice core and they want to also see it. So it's one great thing to have. I have a nice core, look, it looks good, but if you can't see the abs, people don't really quite feel like they've done the best. If you overtrain the core, your abdominal muscles, which are all about the same size as your thumb muscle, shrink up. And if they shrink up, you're less likely to see them. So it's like a bit of a mind thing going on. Yes, you want a good strong core, but aesthetically you also kind of want to see some of the results. A lot of people train their core too hard, so they're never going to see the results they want. So in here we make sure people only do one set and then walk away. Okay, even though you think you go, oh, I could do another set. Nope, no, calm down. Large muscles in your arms and legs are designed to be beaten up. They recover very quickly. Okay, little muscles in here and the lower back and stuff, not so good. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next pose, which is just a classic stretch. Now I've spent 5 poses putting some pressure into my body. I'm going to spend 1 minute just taking pressure out. Now this is not what you expect. A lot of people think stretching is all about trying to touch your toes. Actually, at Vibra-Train it's about 1 minute of learning how to chill out. You'd be surprised how many people do not know how to chill out. Even you tell them not to try, they'll still try. I'll give you an example. You'll tell them to put their toes at the front edge of the mat, put their bum against the pole, okay, and just dangle forwards and relax. That's all they're meant to do. But you see them doing that. They're already trying. You told them not to try, but they'll try. What happens when that happens is, as soon as you try and pull down, your hamstring pulls back. It's called the myototic reflex, and it pulls you back up. So the harder you pull down, the harder you get pulled back up again. You can't win. So you're better off just to learn how to relax and chill out. And I'll explain this. If you have, say, some bodybuilder, some steroid freak, who's so steroided up he can't even scratch his own ass. You go, well, that guy's never going to be touching his toes in a million years. And you ask him, can you touch your toes? He goes, no, I can't. Yeah. You go, okay. So we believe, or we get told, that if you want to be super flexible, or be flexible in any way, you've got to put a lot of work into it. There's only one problem with that. It's a lie. And we know it's a lie because if I knock that guy out, 1 second later, his foot can go behind his head with no problem. Okay, the only thing that's stopping you from being flexible is your brain. Okay, you take that organ out of the equation, or you learn to relax it, natural amount of flexibility will come with it. If you want to take it further into our discipline, that's a different story. But just the natural amount of flexibility actually comes from just being chilled out. So that 1 minute, always remember if you're a trainer, is to teach your client how to chill out for 1 minute. Because a lot of people are pretty aggressive nowadays, okay? Next pose. Guys don't do this, but I'm going to show you anyway. Anti-cellulite massage. Women have a lot of problem with circulation in the hamstring area. Leads to cellulite, okay, which is just, it's not magic fat, it's normal fat with bad circulation. Sit on the machine, slide back till you have great contact all the way through the back of the legs. So you can put your finger through there, like if it's like that, no good. Slide all the way back. Doesn't matter if my feet touch the ground or not, it's irrelevant. So I put the mat here and I lean forward. Now I lean forward so I'm not sitting straight up on the machine that's producing 1,200 kilograms of force and bobbing me around like an idiot, okay? All it's doing is hitting my bum and making me feel weird, okay? I go to lean forward, curving my spine, refracting the vibration, and also putting pressure. When you lean forward, you'll feel the pressure apply to the skin. So you've got great contact through here, 1,200 kilograms of force directly in. And we do 3 minutes of this as a minimum requirement, not maximum. All the big massages we ever do here are 3 minutes minimum. I'll go over that in future series, why it's going to be 3 minutes. But 3 minutes. After that, you get up. For most girls, it'll be like, ah, like your bum's been bitten by a million ants. But that just shows you all the blood's in the skin. Okay, now we're moving on to a basic super squat. Again, this is an advanced position, but remember, the handlebars are there to help you. So don't be a Superman or Supergirl. Stand there and try and be in the super squat if you're actually out of position. This is what a super squat looks like. Feet that far apart and dead straight. Now, if you ever get confused about the leg position, just look down. If your legs look like 2 train tracks, you've got it right. If they're coming into a V, don't start the machine. If they're so close together that they're bowed out, don't start the machine. Just look straight down, legs parallel, no problem. Hands up like a genie, then all you do, park your ass out the back as far as it'll go, like you're in a hip hop video. Boom, that's it. Don't go up, down, forwards or backwards. Stay there for as long as you can. Now if you start to lose form by dropping your head or lifting your bum, just put your hands to the side of the handlebars here, grab nice and tight, okay, and just continue. Alright? And make sure you recorrect your form. A lot of people drop their head down. In that case, elbows out to the side, lift your chest up, and you're fine. And stay there. Okay? So, you need to do 2 of those in a row if you can. If you can't, move to the next pose, do an arm position, which I'll show you in a second, and then go back to those. But either way, you'll be doing 2 of those squats at the end of your program somewhere. Okay, so remember that. 2 of them, not 1. Next position. Bicep curl, 2 versions. Two versions of bicep curl. Okay, this is the beginner's version. Seated, mat on the floor, feet flat. Notice my bum is near the front edge of the machine. Reach up and grab your handlebars with my thumbs, big primate thumbs. That's very, very important. Not only does it create strength all through here, it also, my thumb talks to my brain. Does the same work as my big toe and my brain. Thumb all communicating. It's called proprioceptive behavior. balance and coordination. So I grab nice and tight. All I do is when the machine starts up, so I tap the button. We know the machine starts up in 8 seconds. Get myself nice in position, and then when the machine starts to vibrate, I lightly take some of the weight off my bum. Never all of it, okay? Just lifting. 90% of the weight is here, 10% of the weight is on my tailbone. That means I don't start doing this. If I do this, I'll lose form very, very quickly. You notice, you watch people do it. This means I keep a 90-degree angle on my arm. So that's 90, that's good, that's bad. That's bad. That's good. The advanced version of this, very similar rules to the hanging tricep position I showed you before. You start off, tap the button, grab the handlebars nice and tight, alright? Lift up very lightly. Okay, so you're just barely touching there, holding on nice and tight. Nice 90-degree angle on the arms. Then I'm going to slowly, just like the tricep position, put one toe there, and hold for as long as I possibly can. The moment I start to lose form, which would be something like this, opening up, and I can't correct it, I put my feet back on the ground, pull myself back into pose, and finish the position off. Now, my time has still got 25 seconds to go, so I'm going to try to give that another go. So I put my toes there, and my toes there, hold on for as long as I can. Okay, again, if I start to lose form, put my toes down and finish the minute. Remember, there's no such thing as stopping during a pose. You always finish the 60 seconds. That's why we have these fail-safe positions to fall into if you're starting to fatigue. You always got somewhere to go. If you're on the push-up, you go to your knees. You're in a tricep, put your toes down to the ground. If you're doing a super squat, you can grab these handlebars. There's never any reason to jump off the machine while the machine is still running unless there's an actual injury happened, in which case you get off straight away anyway. Okay, now next position, leg pose. Hamstring hang, alright? Now this position you'll remember from when you're a child, and it's very, very important. A lot of people, okay, when they train, they know they overtrain their quad, undertrain their hamstring. The only way to put the same amount of pressure on your hamstring as in your quad is to hang upside down. You cannot do it standing upright. This is how you get in the position. Now getting into a position like this, which is an advanced pose, is very important. Okay, so what we do is we come in here and grab the back of the handlebars, we lie down, kind of chilled out, put one foot here, that leg here comes up over the top, and I put my Achilles on the back. So I'm swinging on two hands and an Achilles, and I get this leg up and over, grab, grab. And by grabbing, I mean grabbing. Then slowly let go. One finger on the ground. One finger on the ground. You tap the button if you want. Boom. Okay. Wait for the machine to start up. Now you'll notice I've got a nice hook on my leg here. Alright. Now I'm going to choose to put one hand behind my head and the other hand behind my head. Arch my back very lightly this way and drive my heel down into my lower glute. So I'm really using this as a gripping point. I'll turn this off so you can hear me, okay? So I'm using this as a gripping point, and I'm actually putting some effort into doing this. Boom. Okay? When the minute finishes, watch carefully. Reach up, grab, grab, and I'm just chilling out. I'm not trying to lift my body up. I'm just literally hanging here, very relaxed. Sole of my foot, down we go. Pull myself out. Okay? Now, we're meant to do 2 of those as well. You can give yourself a break in between. I'm going to do another arm position. That's very good to do between them. especially if you need a break. Some people do, like I personally do, 2 minutes in a row of that one. Just roll them over one after the other, okay? But here's another arm position. Now this is not only a development position as a vibration training, it's also a very classic therapy position to help realign the shoulders. So even the position we did hanging upside down will help realign the lower back and the hips. You'll notice that this will also realign the shoulders. Pretty simple. Grabbing the pose, handlebars here, no thumbs this time, okay? Over the side like this, push the button. Again, we're going to go into it slowly. We're going to lift up, lock our elbows out here, and make sure this is 90 degrees. Hold on for about 10 seconds, then slowly put one toe here, and hold for as long as you can. The moment you start to lose form, return your toes to the bottom, and then slide down the face end of the machine and just hang for the rest of the minute. Now some people also do just this hang by itself as a physio pose without doing the first part. So some people will do it like this. If you've got damaged joints and you don't want to go pushing yourself too hard, you just grab this over the top, okay, cross your legs over, slide forward, drop down, and just hang. Now, at some time in the minute, if your forearms burn out and you can't hold the position any longer, just slowly drop down, let go, and slowly bring your hands in front of you and just chill out and relax. Do not try to pull yourself out of position straight away. And that's how you also finish the pose. Okay, even if you're doing the training position. Don't finish the pose, grab the handlebar and try and pull yourself out. It's actually a lot more dangerous than you realize. You chill out, and you slowly get out of position. So like other videos, everything done around the machine should be done in slow motion. If you're moving quickly, you're doing something wrong. Okay, you slow down and think about everything you've done. Okay, so that is the basic training and therapy program we do. It's the one I do every second day. It's all I've done now for well over 10 years, and a lot of good hints here for trainers, not just for people using the machines. Hope you had a good time.